South Carolina picked up a 31-11 win over Virginia Tech in the Aflac Classic down in Atlanta on Sunday, and I know the score read 24-11, but you and I both know what a catch is. Unlike the officials, Nick Harbor's foot was inbounds. It should have counted. Doesn't matter. You return home to Willie B. You return home to Sandstorm. You return home to the War Chicken faithful, and you have an opportunity to continue your winning ways against South Carolina State. So what do we make of this game? What are some things that we're looking for in this game? And ultimately, what is going to be the ass-whooping final score? Let's go ahead and break it all down. Welcome on into SEC Unfiltered. It's Cole Thompson here, War Chicken Nation. You know you love me, so like the video, hit the ring notification, and subscribe to the channel because we talk South Carolina football and college football daily. Download the podcast version of the show wherever you get your podcast listening systems. Follow us on the socials, link in the description. Follow me at Mr. Cole Thompson and check out all of our great work found at secunfiltered.com. And as always, we're proudly fueled by our friends over at FanDuel. Now, I don't know if you know this, but I threw a little bit more money down on my pick for Lenore Sellers to win the Heisman Trophy after his performance on Sunday. If you want to go ahead and place that bet or any bet surrounding your Gamecocks, go on over to FanDuel.com/SECU. Get started with $300 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. Lay down $5, win that bet. $300 in bonus bets is in your pocket today. Kickoff on ESPN Plus, 6 o'clock. Willie B., the greatest cathedral of chaos a small atmosphere has, feels bigger and more intense than any other location throughout the conference. And there are some things that we want to look at in this game. Let's start off with the first one, the offensive line. Was it a problem against a good defensive front, or is it a problem, period? That is something that we are going to find out a little bit more going into this matchup. Now, I'm not saying that the Bulldogs are going to make this a battle to where they're getting pressure on Lenore Sellers and he is running for his life like a chicken with his head cut off. I'm not saying that at all. But you did allow more pressures in this week one opener than you did last season against Old Dominion. The offensive line does feel a little bit more harmonious overall, in my opinion. In fact, one of my biggest bold predictions of the year was South Carolina gives up the fewest sacks in the SEC. I really liked what I saw with the addition of Boaz Stanley and having Josiah Thompson back at left tackle. But Virginia Tech got after you. You gave up 3 sacks. They were able to win at the one-on-one position in the backfield to slow down the rushing attack of Oscar Attaway and Rasul Faison. You didn't see as many design runs for explosive plays downfield from the Lenore Sellers as you probably liked. So you got to ask yourself, is this an offensive line problem, or is this a Virginia Tech solution that may make them a threat in the ACC? Not saying that you have a problem, but we are going to know more. There's no line on this game. That means that South Carolina is favored by so much that people do believe that they should be able to win and win consistently to where we're seeing Aaron Noland or whoever else is going to strap it up at quarterback this year, probably coming in the third quarter. That's what this game is supposed to be. So is your offensive line, both your starters and your depth? Because what happens if you lose a starter? You got to turn to your second team left tackle, your second team right guard. They got to feel comfortable. Do you have an offensive line issue? Are you creating windows for Lenore Sellers to attack? Are you creating running lanes for Oscar Attaway, Rasul Faison, and whoever else is in that backfield, finding creases to get upfield for easy gains? I want to see what this offensive line looks like against a more pedestrian overall defensive front. Number 2, what are we going to see in the passing attack? Nick Harbor, awesome. Welcome to the party. You had that size, that speed, that physicality. That is a first-round pick in the waiting. 3 catches, 99 yards. Should have been 4 catches for over 110 yards and 2 scores. But regardless, he was a playmaker. You also saw a lot of positivity from Brady Hunt. 4 catches, 45 yards. Had that big 20-yard gain. They lined him up in the H-back roll from time to time. A little dink pass and dunk. Just turn up field. Get your hard-nosed yards. That's fine. But this is one of those games where I've talked about when it comes to those freshmen. You got to see somebody step on up as the number 3. Maybe it's now the number 2. Mazeo Bennett had a bad drop in this game. Mazeo Bennett also was overshot twice in this game against Virginia Tech. Maybe it is him. Or maybe it's going to be Donovan Murph. He had 1 catch for 21 yards. Maurice Brown out of the backfield, 1 catch for 14 yards. Michael Smith, 1 catch for 7 yards. And you still have some other guys that you want to get the ball to. Jaden Sellers potentially being one. Murph is the name that I think most people are looking forward to because we saw his rep count. He saw the most experience of anybody else on the field. So what is his role going to be in this passing attack? Or is it going to be somebody else that we didn't even mention? Malik Clark, Lex Cyrus. Who's going to be that guy that we end up seeing having this bigger game and a more substantial role in this matchup? And even if they are to redshirt this year, remember, you can redshirt if you play in 4 games or fewer. So maybe this is the one game that we do watch as a Lex Cyrus or a Malik Clark or a Donovan Murph ends up having that big breakout performance. And then we say, you know what, we're going to throw them to the wayside. But I want to see continuity in this passing attack. One thing that has bothered me, and I brought this up multiple times throughout any preview that we've done, I wanted South Carolina to go into the portal and get themselves a veteran to pair alongside with Nick Harbor and Maceo Bennett. I thought it would be beneficial. Didn't need to go out and get a big-time name like one of the superstars, Jeremiah Smith, but Harrison Wallace from Penn State was available. He made his impact felt very well down in Oxford in week 1. You wanted somebody like that. So prove to me that there's no reason to get a guy like that, because if you feel good about where the freshman class is, you talk to people in Columbia, they really like this freshman class. This is one of those games that when we look back in November, we say to ourselves, that was where we saw it all come together and what the vision was underneath Shane Beamer when he didn't go into the portal. The third thing that I'm looking for, I want to see better run defense. I do. Now, I'm not saying it was a bad game at all by the front 7, but you did allow 115 rushing yards. You did allow Marcellus Hawkins and Kyron Jones to be able to get upfield. You did allow some mobility. And I'm not saying that that's going to be a problem in every game this year. What I am saying is look at the matchups that you have coming up. Vanderbilt, Missouri, LSU, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. Every single one of those quarterbacks can run. Now, some will, some can just be mobile, but they all can run. They all can utilize their legs. Kyron Jones, at his best, was able to utilize his legs to at least keep drives alive. When you kept him in the pocket, he made mistakes. He was turnover prone. Big 4th down turnover that allowed you to win the game. Big 3rd down turnover in the red zone that stopped a touchdown. Fred Johnson, all over the place. Superstar. That's your new Debo Williams. Absolute freak of nature that is coming down the track and is going to be an elite player for the Gamecocks defense moving forward. But can you make sure that you're able to slow down the run? Force South Carolina State, and more importantly, really use this as a blessing in disguise to look better in the pass coverage when you have to face up against more quality competition. Make sure that, like you did with Kyron Jones, keep quarterbacks in the pocket. If they win through the air, it's a correctable mistake. If they win on the ground because of poor tackling or poor angles or definitely insufficient execution, that's kind of on you, and those are things that you're going to have to correct before you face off against Diego Pavia at home next week. All right, no more wasting time. We know what this is going to be. It should be a tune-up going into the matchup against Vanderbilt. It should be a game to where if you are South Carolina, you get your backups in the middle of the 4th quarter. This also should be a game where you are padding stats if you're Lenore Sellers or if you're Rasul Faison, and you put it all together for an upcoming showcase in front of your hometown crowd. First game at Willie B, first statement win at Willie B this year. And I think it's going to be that statement. I got a final score of 52-7. I think you will see the backups have a big-time game. I think you will have the starters have a big-time game. I think you're going to have multiple turnovers, takeaways from this defense, and there's going to be much more positivity for a team that right now is in the top 10 and one that should stay in the top 10 if they win this game and the next several going into that matchup against Missouri. You're sending a message. South Carolina is here. But again, 52-7 final score. This is going to be a bloodbath. You know what also is going to be a bloodbath? Whenever you can go win money. And right now you can do so at FANDUEL.com/SECU. Get started with $300 in bonus bets when you place your first $5 bet. The NFL season is right around the corner, and you can go ahead and win $300 to play with throughout the entire year. Immunity on that last part. Pick a bet. $5, win it. You get $300. You can also win build parlays, player props, bet lines, whatever is your style. FanDuel has you covered. The college football season is here. War Chicken football is back. The NFL season can help you win even more money, whether you're a Panthers fan or a Falcons fan or a Saints fan or whatever you're a fan of. Make sure you go visit FanDuel.com/SECU. Get started today. $300 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. And download the FanDuel app to get started. The only question is, are you ready to play your game? 52-7 final score out in Willie B, a place that I cannot wait to go visit. Make sure you like the video, hit the ring notification, comment your score predictions down below and what you're looking for in this game. Make sure that you're following us on social media at SEC Unfiltered and check out all of our great work found at secunfiltered.com. Until next time, folks, I am Cole Thompson, War Chicken Nation. You know you're excited to see Cole Thompson give you a prediction and a massive win. And don't let me down in the process. Peace.